Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Saturday afternoon. Just want to give you an update on our garden progress. And they promised rain all day today, but we have had a few sprinkles and that's about it. No real rain. So let me show you what's going on out here in the market garden area. What we've been working on. So today, hopefully I'm not too terribly late, but I've got some broccolini, got a row of spinach put in, and a row of carrots put in. And down here, onions are looking pretty good, all coming up, red onions and yellow. Potatoes are just starting to come up, a few of them showing up. Got the Toscana kale planted, got a row of arugula, a row of rocket arugula, and the other arugula, this last row is red dragon tongue. And then we have giant Swiss chard and rainbow Swiss chard. So we've got quite a few of the cool weather crops in. I've got a few more that I'd like to get done, and we will hopefully get the rest of this planted soon. Let's check on our chickens and see what these guys are doing. We had, unfortunately, 2 of them. We came out to feed earlier and make sure their waters and stuff were full, and we had 2 chickens that had died today. I have no idea why, but the rest of these guys seem like they're happy. They walk around doing chicken things all day, and we'll come out right at dark every night and close them up inside their coop. The waters are full. A couple of guys over here getting some grit, and the rest of them just kind of milling around, finishing up their day. So in the greenhouse, I have pulled up all of the remaining broccoli and cauliflower and fed all of those remaining parts to the chickens. And lastly, we have in here are lots of carrots, and carrots are doing well. We've enjoyed a few of them already, and they are continuing to grow in this cool weather, not too hot yet. And a little bit of spinach left. We'll probably finish harvesting that row in the next day or two, but soon we'll be transforming the greenhouse into something more along the line for summer. We also had a lot of blackberries that were coming up inside of our raised beds in the kitchen garden. I think there's about 10 or 12 in there. So I pulled them up out of those raised beds where they were trying to come up where they didn't belong, and I've just got them in water right now, but over the next day or two we'll get those planted somewhere else. Got a tray of microgreens for one of our clients that ordered that, and then we have some we're trying in these small trays. They're doing really well in the little 5-inch trays, so we're going to try those, and so far so good. We've planted a few of these seed starts for the rainbow Swiss chard, and then these guys are tomatillas. We're waiting for it to be a little bit warmer, but those guys are ready to go in the ground. And then we have a few of the arugula left. We've planted a few. I'll show you those in a minute. We've started planting some flowers for the flower gardens this year, and this is chamomile. So we've got a lot of good starts there. And then up on the top, last but not least, that's just the bell peppers. Those are all sweet bell peppers. So out in the kitchen garden, we've got red onions coming up over here. We've got yellow onions over on this side. We have Master Chef lettuce coming up and some spinach coming up right there. And we're starting to get just about a handful of these asparagus plants each day. We've got this end of the bed here on this raised bed that still needs to be planted. And then all of the garlic that we have this year is doing really well. It'll start dying back and turning yellow, and when it's about 80% yellow, we'll know it's about time to harvest. Got a few things going well in the herb bed. Got chives. We have some dill. have some lemon balm, some fennel, and oregano. And these guys, I notice, are just starting to come up today. A few sprouting up. We've got a little bit late again, but parsnips, rutabagas, daikon radishes are up. Carrots are not up yet, and the beets are not up, but some of the radishes are. Strawberries, we need to clean this up a little more and get some of the dead foliage out, but we already have quite a few flowers on there. Blackberries have already flowered, and they are just putting on new foliage now. Raspberries, those guys are just all coming out right now. They have also flowered. And excuse me, some of those seed starts we put in this raised bed. So there's some kale, Swiss chard, buttercrunch lettuce, Master Chef lettuce, and some arugula. And we have one cabbage head left, and we'll give it another few days and we'll harvest that one. The blueberries, these blueberry plants, our blueberries had flowered already, and then we had a freeze, and a lot of them, those flowers just turned brown. I don't know if those are going to produce well or not, but it did flower again. So we are very happy to see the new flowers on the blueberries, which means we'll get a decent crop out of those guys. So out here we have 4 of our grapevines, and these guys are budding out. These are the Neptune, and all of the branches are budding out. I've trimmed them off last fall after everything died. The Concords are already putting on leaves. Got a lot going on there, a lot of growth. This one's doing pretty well also. Everything budding out on this guy. And last but not least, this one. So he's got a few leaves and got some buds coming out on him. But the grapes will be growing on those. So I said we had all those blackberries that we need a place for, and we're also wanting to grow some elderberries. We've got this area behind this lean-to shed that we don't use for livestock anymore. We basically just put equipment and tractors and storage stuff in there. But we have this area here we're thinking about, between this little storage building and this fence. We're going to clean all that up, and so we're thinking about putting some blackberries in there. And then on the opposite side over here next to the fruit trees, we really want to put in some elderberries down this area. So plum trees have flowered. Still a few flowers left on the plum trees, but they're doing really well and budding out. We have installed the bat box. Haven't seen any bats yet, but there's a bat box up there. And then we have one peach tree. This new little peach tree, it's going to take him a few years to develop. And then today I also planted this little fig. There was a peach tree here, but the peach tree didn't make it through the winter, so I have replaced it with a fig tree. This tree was originally a nectarine tree, and the graft is the only thing that survived. The nectarines didn't, but the only reason we still keep it is we have bees, and our bees absolutely love all these flowers on there. We've got 2 different peach trees down here, and this one is already flowered, and now it's just putting on its foliage. And this one is a later one, and it's got a lot of flowers on it, but no real leaves yet. It's starting to get some buds on it, with some leaves coming out, but mostly it's still covered in these nice pink flowers. Glad to see that. So I just want to take a moment and say thank you. We appreciate all of you guys that leave comments on our YouTube channel and ask us questions and show an interest in what we're trying to do out here on our farm. So we appreciate you guys very much. Thank you. We appreciate it, and we'd like to know what's going on your farm. So leave us some comments and let us know what you're up to at your place.